The following video was pre-recorded on twitch.tv/codedman9000. More information on the stream times at the end of the video. Previously on Stone to Space, we began our story creating a small settlement. We then moved to a new area under the watchful eye of the king. After gaining the king's approval, we then began cultivating Shady Acres. This was the end of Chapter 1. As we began Chapter 2, we started creating our third new town. We also began our first side story, focusing on a citizen named Cody Stone. We then went back to our main city and continued growing it. We practiced our traffic management by providing people with ways to get to their destinations in multiple cities around the world. We continued growing our population, created a shopping center, and our transportation network ended up earning us a bit of money over time. For our next side story, we traveled to another brick in the mall to create a shopping center focused on a fast food restaurant within our city. After getting close to going bankrupt, we then traveled to a new place, learning different food recipes and starting our new restaurant. We continued growing the city by adding multiple tree farms up on a hill, more to our education system, and also general population growth, like a new neighborhood. We then took 50 days to build up a trading card shop. We continued to grow our population. We also moved around the different types of industries we had close to the downtown area. And we also bought up more map tiles so that we could move our main industrial area further away from the downtown area. Our second to last side story took us to Hitman: Word of Assassination. In Hitman, we followed Agent 47 as he took out wanted people within our city. We then went to Prison Architect to create our city's prison that would be strong enough to hold 600 prisoners and Agent 47, the most dangerous hitman our town has seen. After the city's prison was completed, we then watched Agent 47 complete his final mission, which ended up with him getting caught and thrown into prison. When we went back to our city of Shady Acres, we noticed that multiple new map tiles that we bought in the last City Skylines stream were too much for income, resulting in us constantly losing money to the point where we had negative $10 million in the bank. This issue was slowly fixed by me off stream. We then added to the city by making a hospital, upgrading our service and transportation areas, making a high school and city park, row housing to finish off downtown area, and we also moved our farming to 2 different new farmlands, the first of which we created a small town around. Hello and welcome to a Twitch Plays Along series called Stone to Space. We are in Chapter 2, The Modern Era. Today we are playing another brick in the mall. We start with this little hut here. It's pretty much our workers' building. So all of our workers go there. This is the entire map. At some point we can unlock the other 3 points of access, but for now they're all going to come in on this little corner. And the first thing we're going to do is create a small building. That's going to be our temporary grocery store. Now I like to keep it in line with the roads, but 1 tile away, so I should probably actually go here. And then go like this. Now, almost right away after we start, I'm going to change the road here. There's going to be a drop-off point here, a trash collection, and then 2 parking spaces. So I want to add a little storage shed right there. And we're going to need an office place, so I'm going to put that here. And then let our builders work. Now, the next thing I'm going to do is manage our maintenance center, because I want to make sure that our staff is at different times of day and not working 10 hours. So this person will come in at midnight, this one will come in at 8, and then this one will come in at 4 p.m. They all work 8 hours, so there's always 1 person in here, but the hour that they end and start will have 2 people. And of course, we're going to fast forward. See, now there's 2 people, but in a little bit there should be only 1. Now, unlike Prison Architect, we don't have to wait for a delivery truck, they just have it there. So we're going to go back into build. We're going to place a wall here. And I need to grab a staff door, put that there, and then a bunch of office related things. So I think it's only the office desk that is required for this to be an office. And I don't think I need the item in there first. I just need the room. So put that there. Now we have to manage it and hire office staff. So I'm going to try to get everything in the yellow. If there's no yellow available, we'll do whatever is the highest in the red. And I want to hire multiple. Opening, multiple hires. There we go. So these all seem the same. So we'll just do that. You at 0, you at 8, and you at 16. Okay, so now we should have a person that's available to come in here and research. First thing I want to do is night hours. That'll take us one in-game day to do. And now let's do a double door here. A staff door up here. We're going to grab walls and place them in to there, and then grab another staff door. The next thing I'm going to do is grab these. And I have to figure out how to rotate because I actually didn't pay attention. It's cute. Now, I would normally put it here, but that seems pretty close. So let's do 3 of these. And then I think a majority of our stuff is on this shelf. Oh, we can see what's there. Okay. So I'm going to add... two rows of 5. I want to put some fridges down here. I don't think there's many items for us to do. Soda and bottled water only. Okay, then we have too many of them, but oh well. We can put some bread out here. Let's do that. We'll get rid of that one. So we got 2 tables of bread. Can't do clothing, can't do the pallet. So the only things we have are this and this. Let's start here and put a few of these down. Oh, that worked out perfectly. Look at that. Okay, now to start off, I'm going to attempt to make each shelf have a different item. But we need to first assign this as a store. And then we need to assign this as a storage. So that when we go and manage the store, we can link the storage. And I want to start this at 8. We can go up to a 16-hour work shift until we unlock the last 8 hours with the research that we're researching on. So first thing we need to do is hire a cashier. You're a good cashier. You're a good cashier. One more. And then we close out of it. We go into stock clerk. Well, you're both. You're good in both. So we'll do you as a stock clerk. Another stock clerk. Another one. That's a better cashier and stock clerk. We'll leave that. We unlocked the first research, it seems. No, we didn't. That was just a achievement. Okay. So now, since we can't do the correct time, we're going to offset them by 4 hours each. Except for our stock clerks. Okay, now we can go into fast forward again. And what I want to do is right click and then tell them to have certain things in here. Now, I think juices also go on here. No, it's on this shelf. Beverages. Bottled water. Oh, they all go on there. Okay, then we won't put water over here. We'll put soda and juices. Then we only have 1 thing of food for this, so it's going to be 2 things of bread. Now, another thing we need to do beforehand is build our road. So I'm going to go like this. And then loading... I can't do the loading sign until the road is built in. Loading zone, garbage, staff, staff, staff. Remove that and add a road. Now we're not selling anything, and that's because we didn't have a loading zone as far as I can tell. But now we do. And next thing I'm going to do is a parking lot. Customer parking, which we can't do until the road is built, so we'll have to wait a little bit longer. In the meantime, let's try and do all of these. Now we can do soda, bottled water, and juices, but there's a lot of food. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. And we have 20. We unlocked the first thing. So let's go into alcohol. We'll just go down the list of all the different things we can unlock to sell. So there was 13 things, but now we're going to have more. So let's keep doing this with one of each. There's going to be some shelves that have nothing in it. That's fine. We do have stock coming in now, which is good. Okay, that should be it for all of that. Yeah, looks like it. So, let's go on to this shelf now, which has a lot more things. So we might actually take some of the shelves of the wooden version down. No, I don't want to manage, sorry, I'm going to manage the shelf. There we go. Almost done, just a few more things. And that's the final thing. Let's go back into here and start placing in all of our parking for customers to come in. Oh, we can also change our store time. That's not what I want. I want this. Opening hour, midnight to midnight. Cashier, you're going to be 0, 8. Everything else is fine. So now we're always going to have one person coming in. Now, another thing we need to do is hire at least one janitor. So let's go into the maintenance center. Hire a janitor, and you're good. Actually, let's do a bunch of janitors instead of just one. That's all 3. We'll do the usual thing here. 0, 8, 16. And let's put in some trash cans. Our workers will go around once they're done building things and take care of the rats, but the janitor needs trash cans to put the trash in. We should probably hire more cashiers, so that's what we're going to do now. 1, 2, 3. Make sure that they're not all at 0. I don't know where that person went. Because for some reason they're jumping around, so let's pause. I think that's what's going on here. You should be 16. There we go. So now we're always going to have 2 cashier people starting at 1600. We're getting a lot of extra money for selling things. Selling multiple options of things, I mean. they finished our parking lot. And currently we have 2 cashiers. For a second, I thought the bottom register was being used, but it's not. Oh, there was an Onyx in chat. Oh, that's right. I forgot to do that stuff yesterday. I was a little busy yesterday, so I didn't do any of the stream setup that I usually would do. We have a daily profit of over 500, so we just got a lot more money from that. Now, it does say that we are losing profit. Not losing profit, not gaining a profit. We don't have any debt. It seems like our salaries are under how much we earn. I'm just waiting to see how it goes in a little bit. It says we're at a positive right now. If you look at the bottom of the graph, it tells you today 817. Oh no, that's total we earned.
For a time,
Regus, welcome in.
sparing your wretched little planet.
You lost power?
But now
Oh no.
you shall witness its dismemberment.
I was about to say, shouldn't you be streaming right now? Is it because of weather? You have another storm issue? I know that you were live for a while there. And these icons I'm going to leave sitting there because they're going to keep popping up until we have a larger area. And Tanya Mom came in. Welcome in. 2 wonderful people are now here. We're just waiting a little bit to see if I stay in a positive by midnight. Because this will tell us how our max out restaurant, or not restaurant, grocery store does. We doubled our profit from the previous day. That's good. We are having weather. Something got hit somewhere. Oh no. Alright. I think we're good to attempt to expand. Now what I want to do is one large store that was 1 of everything. Or a row of 5 of everything. Should probably do a row of 5 of everything. This is going to take quite a long time to do. Because we only have $130,000. We'll say 131. Well, now 150. So, while this is still earning us money, we can still build. We just won't use it right away. So I'm going to try and build the largest one that I can right off the bat. I'll keep it in line with this, but I don't know where I want to start. So let's see this area. We're going to have to start small. Let's do a 20 by 20 for right now. We'll start filling it in while we're building more of it. Now, another thing I should do is probably hire more people for workers. But I think we might not have enough money to do that. Let's make sure I have 1 of everything. Currently I have 2 of these. And we unlocked food chain, or cold chain, so now we can sell dairy and fresh stuff. We don't want any of the specialty buildings right away. Food chain is next, and then the rest of the things that are specific to selling items are down here. Not those. That fitness center. Chemical supplier, clothing supplier, electronics is for the pallets. Media supplier, appliance supplier, tools, luxury, tobacco license, news supplier, plants and gardening, e-cigarettes. Then the rest is road network stuff, which unlocks the other entrances I was telling you about. There's only 3 road networks. Each one requires... No, each bus transport, which unlocks an extra bus stop. You start out with 10, then you get 20, 30, 40. Each bus transport requires you to have that other portion of the road opened. Anyway, did we click on the next thing? We did click on the next thing. Good. So that'll be unlocking as we're going. Something I probably should be researching first is self-checkout. That takes quite a while. We need sales monitoring and security 1 to get to self-checkout. So I think that's what we'll do after frozen food suppliers, the self-checkout portion. We're still getting extra money for having a large profit margin. Now, if we do this correctly, we shouldn't go bankrupt like we did the last time. I think we went bankrupt. Because we did this... Yeah, we did. We did this for the fast food side story. And we went bankrupt in that one because we were only doing the fast food restaurant without a grocery store. Do I see an icon down here in the corner of the screen? They really go off the screen. It's hard for me to tell because my monitor kind of hides the last 3 pixels around the edges. See, on OBS I can tell that there's something there. And I can even hover over it. Well... Okay, anyway, we need to put a temporary door, which may not be temporary, it might stay there. How long are these? I think I want to put a door here, so that's what, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 tiles is the length of the thing there. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 door. That'll allow our people to get inside. Oof. Slid. Okay. So, we can see how many different things each different shelf can sell. Even if we don't have it unlocked. Now, on this one, I think there's just too many items there for us to see the entire list. But it says that sports balls is the last thing. Is that true on this? I think it is I think it does show everything then. So I need to go through all these and count how many different things there are for each one. So let's start with this. I can't actually look at it all. Which means that for this shelf, we can't see what we're missing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hover over it and have to use my finger to count since I can't move the cursor away. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 is juices. We need 16 rows of 5 for that. Should probably start with the registers. No, we're actually going to start over here, which we don't have enough space for. We only have space for 3. So let's do this. Not red. I meant to click on this. 2, 3, 4. 5. This should be how much space we need. Now, the shape of this building is going to change. I did this temporarily because we're going to put self-checkout. Oh, we can start researching that. If I click on this, So unlike in Oxygen Not Included, where if you click a later research, it checks all the stuff beforehand, we have to click each one individually. Now, something that we could do to speed this up is make our office a little bit bigger. We'll make it a whole 1 tile bigger. And then add a second office desk. We're then going to have to hire more office workers. Let's make sure that the whole thing is an office, just in case that 1 tile does not do well. Office 1, hire office staff. That's a good janitor. You're a good office person. And I'll hire the janitor. Okay, now I'm going to check to make sure that they're all doubled up. So that's 0, 8, 8, 16, 16. 0, 0, 8, 8, 16, 16. Good. So now at 8 a.m., we will have 2 people working here. Or 7. I guess they come in an hour early. We're going to probably need more office staff parking, so I'm going to add a few of them over here. Part of our temporary solution. Okay. I think I said 16 rows of 5. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15. Yep, 16 rows of 5. We're probably not going to be able to do all 16 rows right here. 5, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 perfectly with that length. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. So if we go further up, we could do all 16 rows right here. How far would I have to go? If that's 12, 14, 16, I'd have to go to right here with the wall. Wait, can't I just count how many this would be? We're at 12, we need 16, so that's this many. 6. So from here, we need 6 tiles. Inside the building, so that actually means we have to go to 7 tiles. We'll get that all built in. We're also going to make the area look nicer. So we're going to be adding specialized flooring to different things. I say specialized, but I don't really mean the room requires a certain floor. We're going to decorate the place, is what I should be saying. There's going to be a small park area, I imagine. And now that they got rid of some of this wall, they can just go in here instead of having to go around. There is a Toxel in chat. I think that is a Pokemon that's electric type and looks like a baby, like it wears a diaper. But I don't remember if that is the correct one. It's one of the Generation 8 Pokemon from Sword and Shield. Now that should be all 16. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. It is! Okay, we don't have self-checkout researched just yet. So I'm kind of going off of memory that the self-checkout lines are 5 tiles, unlike this one, which is 10 tiles. So if we... Now, unfortunately, I can't put a planning tile like in Prison Architect, where they don't build anything, it's just a square cut out. So I'm gonna have to guess. You know what? Instead of guessing, let's place these where the self-checkout will be. So I'm not gonna let them leave the door right away from here. It's gonna have to be like this. Because I don't think they can walk through shelving. I think they have to go around it. They even go, excuse me, they even go around the cash registers when they're leaving. So if we actually were to line a path here to keep them in. I don't know how I'm going to do this. If I put one here, I'm going to pause. If I put one here and then... in the wrong button. Another one here. Regardless of where their tile line queue is, they would be crossing over each other, and that kind of just cancels them out at the point that they connect. So there is either only going to ever be one person at both of these, or two people at both of these. Or it's one person here and two people here. Or the other way. So I'm not sure how I want to set this up. I definitely want them like this. And then I guess we would have... here. Can I put stuff on these shelves that would be near like a register, a grocery store? Think of it like the snack shelves for sure. Would you consider cookies to be at a register while you're waiting to check out? It's definitely snacks, because stores around here at least would have like a little lunch chip bags. Little things of Oreos. Which I guess would be considered a cookie. They would also have small cups of breakfast cereal, but these cereal things are like full-size family stuff. You can actually zoom in and look at them if I place them in. I think this is the cereal. That's definitely the snacks. Or is that candy? Candies and snacks. That's what we want. Okay. So then that means we're actually going to demolish these rows. And then place them over here. So this 4, 5, 5 there. That actually seems like a lot for this area. But what we can do is double up this. So if I go 6 tiles to right here. Regardless of where the tile queue is, these shouldn't contradict each other so long as it is 5 tiles. This should be the end of the queue for one of these 2 registers. And then we'll just leave these like this, or should I turn them? 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's turn them. So if I right click, that cancels out. Shelves will go like this, and then one here. Does seem a little weird. So instead, we'll take this shelf from here and those there. That should be all 10. 4, 7, yep, that's all 10. So now all we have to do is cancel out these, because that's a self-checkout. Press play. So now if the person does come in to try and get cookies or snacks, they have to go to the checkout registers, which I'm fine with. Okay, now the next thing is to plan out our actual registers. We got another sales objective. So I want to keep a space of 2 tiles here, because we're keeping 2 tiles as a hallway here. I want to do 2 tiles up here from the queues. And this is going to be a large store, so we're going to add quite a few registers. Is 6 good enough for a store that's going to be this large? We're probably going to want more. So we'll leave this row of the building to be our registers. What I want to do is extend the building out a little bit more, actually. We'll go another 2 tiles. well, 3 tiles, so we have 2 tiles inside. We're going to move all of these over because I know how I want the rest of the building to look. So get rid of that, get rid of the door. We research security so we can do self-checkout next. That'll unlock the building, or unlock the object? I guess that's what we would call them. Put them in there. They're going around demolishing. We might have to place the wall back in. We do have to place the wall. Nope, that's not how I wanted it. Hold on. I wanted to move the door over just 1 tile, not 2 tiles. So that we can go like this on the outside and on the inside. And then I think we'll do a mirrored version over here. So let's build this out. This is where the trash can's going to be. So we want 5 tiles. And as long as we build slowly, those are walls. That's not what I wanted. I wanted foundation. So to get rid of the walls. We'll grab some trash cans. Now I can't... Oh, I can place them before they place the foundation. Hopefully that doesn't cancel out the foundation being built there. I didn't mean to do that. For some reason, we have the rotate button on Q. What does R do? Maybe that's why. Maybe R is something important. Oh, it does cancel out the foundation. That's not good. Let's put that back. So you can put an object down and then put foundations under it. That's cool to keep in mind. Okay, now comes the shelves that are probably going to take the longest to place down. Look at how many there are, and we're going to place in each one of these so that we have them ready for when we unlock the different things, and then we can just go down the list. Aside from these, we're going to place them in just by going off the top of the list and working our way down. So now I need to count how many are here. So again, I'm going to do the finger trick by just putting my finger on the screen. I can't move the cursor. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30 at magazines. 31, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 38 rows of 5. Wow. Okay. How many rows do we have here? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 28 if we double them up, and then a few extra to get to 38, which would be 2 more rows of really? Half of 38 is 16. Oh yeah, that. Wow, it would be the same length as this. I never realized that the... What are these called so I can call them the correct thing? The shelves, I didn't realize had double the amount of items as the food shelf. Like, exactly double the amount. I never did the math on that. So what we're going to do is double up this 2 more times. So this building is going to get quite large. Now we're at $47,000. We're kind of spending more than we're earning because we're only able to earn about $2,000 per day. So we might want to make a temporary... Actually, we don't need to do temporary storage. I can just link this store to this storage. And we could turn this on and start selling things. Let's do that. We can always just reassign the storage to something else later on. And I'm going to keep this area for parking afterwards. This store is going to get demolished at some point, and so would this building here. We're going to make a small storage place somewhere else. Once we unlock all the research, we don't need an office for anything afterwards. It's only for research. So we won't worry about that. Manage. Store number 4. Zone. Link storage to this one. Now that shouldn't kick this off. No, it says relink, so that means it is connected. Now the only issue is when they're stocking this, they will run out. And I think only 2 vans come per day. No, there's more than 2 vans. They just take a moment to get here. Okay. Staff, we need to hire cashier. That's 3. That's a good stock clerk. Three, 4, 5, 6. Back to cashier. How many do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 8, 9, 10. I think it's 10. There's 4 there at Tatiana. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, we need 2 more cashiers. 1, 2. That should be 4 per hour once we change all their time. So I'm going to pause so that it doesn't do any of that weird jumping around. 8, 8, 8, 8. Now 16. 16. That's already at 16 for some reason. Oh, that's because it's going backwards now. Wait, what? 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ryan should be 16. 16, 16, 16. Oh, I did do it right. And then we should have 3 stock clerks per hour, I think. 16. 16. I just hired all these people in the wrong store. Okay, so what we're going to do is make sure that these hours are all set up correctly, and then move them to a different store. 0, 0. Wait, did I hire the right amount? 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 at Mike. 8, 9. I did hire the right amount. I just didn't do the math right. 8, 8, 8, 16, 16, 16. Okay, now I don't want to transfer all staff. I just want to do this. Store 4, transfer. Unfortunately, it unpauses when I do this. So now there should only be 1 stock clerk per hour there. This person. Then you should 16, 8. You go over there. And you go over there.
Who's that Pokemon?
There's a Durant in chat if anyone wants an actual steel ant. They're pretty cool. And we had 2 people over here at all times doing or being here per hour. So I have to keep an eye on when the hours change on the bottom. That changed to 8, so 8, 8, U. Transfer. Transfer. If we go back to here, it should be 0, 0, 8, 8, 16. Yes. 1, 2. Oh. They're all labeled as cashiers here. Do I have to specify what they're being transferred to? 0, 0, 8, 8, 16, 16. Oh, that's all 8. I think I just made them all cashiers over here. I did. Is there a way to... I can just tell them to be a stock clerk instead. Okay, so let's do starting hour. We're gonna make this 24 hours. Let's just say 15. Oh, because I didn't do the zone. That's where I wanted to do that. Not this. Okay, so let's go through all these and move them around to being clerks. 1. You're good at both. You're good at both. Not good at both. Not good at both. You're good at stock clerk. No. 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 You're good at both. Okay, so now we're going to do the 2 that are good at both. You're better at stock clerk. So that should be 4. We need 2 more to make this all... Right. You're good at both. And it's just whoever I want after that. Who's the highest in stock clerk? Seems like this person here. Okay. You come in at 8. No, I need to pause. You come in at 8. 0, 0, 8. You need to be 16. There's a person somewhere in here that's at the wrong time. Which is this person. Okay, so now they all coming in at once. And we only have 2 cashiers for here. So let's hire some more. Now that we're on the correct staff building. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 1. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 2 more people per hour. That's what we want. 0, 0, 0, 0, 8. 8. Should probably pause so it doesn't mess it up. 0, 0, 0. 8. 8. 8. 8. 16. 16. 16. 60. I miscounted somewhere. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I have 2 extra cashiers. Okay, let's hire 1 more cashier. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You need to be 0. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5. One more cashier, please. They went to the beginning. And I need to pause again because it unpauses me when you hire someone, apparently. You need to be 16. You need to be 16. You need to be 16. Okay, so at all times, there's going to be 5 people here. There's going to be a 6th one at the time that the clocks change over. But now we go through here and do the painstaking process of selecting every item that they're going to be on the shelves. Now we are going to put both soda, water, and juices in both refrigerated and on these shelves. Although we could not do that. And do I have everything unlocked for these shelves? That's another thing I should probably focus on. We do have everything unlocked for that. We don't have everything for the shelves. So we can't fully stock all these. Let's get these all up to being at least 5. Now we're at water. Beer, which we just unlocked. If I can get it to stay there. Wine. Somehow we're selling wine already, even though we just unlocked it. Oh, I think when we unlocked it, it automatically placed it somewhere. That makes sense. So if we head over to our other store right after I finish juices, we should see that the rest of them are filled. No, where is it selling wine? No idea. Alright, now we go into the food stuff. That's candies, that's not what goes here. You're gonna be canned food instead. And then cereals. And then cookies. Sliced bread, which is different than fresh bread. Sauces and seasonings. Rice and pasta. Also says that it's selling one of each. And then coffee and tea. Then pet food last. Then we work our way around here, which is snacks and candies. We're going to start with snacks. Now, candies. And while we're here, we might as well make a larger opening here. Actually, let's put a... No, we are going to make this bigger. If I grab here and go to, like, here, it should make this room bigger. We're then going to add staff doors. Here and here so that they can walk straight through here. Assign storage. Now I can't assign a storage over a tile that does not have a foundation. So I'm waiting for him to build everything. We don't need the walls, so we need foundation done. So now our storage shed is bigger. As more vans come in, that should get filled up better. Which will mean that our store gets filled quicker. We may need to hire more stock clerks, but I'm not sure. Because they're not completely full on all the shelves yet. But at least they're filling the empty shelves before they're doing the restocking. I'd rather see some items on some shelves than no items somewhere else. Now, it does seem like they're waiting a lot here to get onto their areas. Okay, let's get rid of some of these icons. You know, I'll just keep right-clicking until that all disappears. Now, we are going to keep getting a bunch of things saying that we don't have enough parking. That's going to keep happening. Can I do the self-checkout yet? No. How many more is left on this research? Not that long. We should have it done by the end of today. So let's go in here and figure out how far away these are. So if I start here, which would be this wall, how far away is that wall? 15 tiles. I cannot do that because it costs $78,000. So we need to wait a little while. We do have self-checkout now, so let's go down and find the next supplier. Here's the next supplier. And in the meantime, I'm going to grab the self-checkout, which is a 5-block tile difference. So I have to wait a little bit longer for that. We need 40,000 just to place in the last 4 self-checkouts. At some point, we are going to get to the point where we don't need to worry about money anymore. But that's not going to be for a while. We'll have to worry about money until we have this entire store completed. But the self-checkout should mean that when we have higher customers, a higher amount of customers, that they should go to the self-checkout. So while we're here, let's put some extra things on here. I still have no idea where it's selling beer at. I'm just going around, click on random things. We have 1 of everything in here, except for toilet paper, which has 2. We made a sales objective, so that means we can do the rest of the self-checkout. 1 there, rotate this around. Now that entire area of purple means that there's queues in each direction. And we unlocked chemical supplier already. Which makes sense. It was a 24-hour thing and we have 2 people here, so it took half a day. Each person does a research point per hour. Each person in our office, I mean. But now we should see that we're staying above our salaries. We didn't make a net positive because we're actually losing on maintenance. There's a Shroomish in chat if anyone wants a mushroom Pokemon. We may want to fire some of our cashiers in the second store. There's just too many people. I think that's what I'm gonna do. There's too many people right now. Grocery store. Let's find someone that's red. You're red, but better as a stock clerk. You're red, but better as a cashier, so I should switch them around. Cashier, cashier, cashier. Stock clerk. We'll check their hours in a little bit. You're also good as a stock clerk. How many stock clerks are red? None of them. Okay, so we don't have to worry about any of these anymore. So you are red. That's 1. 2. 3. And then it's all people that are good at cashier. Is there a way to see how many I have? We can also do in shift planning. This might be easier to see. Makes it easier to do this. I have an extra stock clerk. There's someone in here I have to find not as good. Oh, you're red. And then I need to fire 2 more cashiers. You were red. How did I not see you? And you're red. How did I not see these two? So now there's only 3 people at each register. And the same 2 stock clerks. This should save us money overall since we're in a negative 2,000. We're only making 400. That pretty much covered our salaries from the previous day, but then our maintenance put us over. We got rid of about half of the people from our second store, which should account for maintenance if our math is close to being correct. And now that there's only ever 3 people at the registers, when the other 3 come in for the next shift, they have registers to use in that 1 hour time that they're here early for. But again, we have self-checkout, so they don't really need to go to registers anyway. We are keeping up with our staff. Let's do the next research. Electronic supplier. That'll take about a day and a half. Just keeping an eye on our money. The graph itself is showing that we're going up, but I don't know how true that is. It could have been we unlocked something. Also, at the top of the screen, right next to the amount of money we have, the 1325, is the percentage of research done. Yeah, we went down again. Our gross profit is still below our salaries. I'm thinking about getting rid of all the cashiers now. We could also just delete the first store. That would bring more customers over to the second store. But I don't think it matters where they go, because the whole thing would be counted as the mall. So the money that we're getting from both stores is considered our total. How do we get a loan? I would have thought it'd be in finance, but it's not. Oh, this is when we got that little bit of money. Don't want debt. I want to be able to get a loan. I'm going to click on everything and see if I can find the loan button. That's achievements that apparently I've accomplished and not accomplished. I did a lot of this already. What don't I have? Is there anybody out there accommodate 3,000 customers at once? Apparently I didn't do that. Have a debt of 1 million. We're probably going to do that. We're not going to do that. We're not an expert. We're not in that. Make a profit on day 1 on normal difficulty. We could have done that, but we're not in normal. And this is something we are going to do. So these two we'll do over time. This one we'll eventually do. And it looks like there's bars under different things, but I don't know what they're for. Anyway, that's not what I want to look at. Am I not able to get a loan unless I research something about a loan? No. 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 I don't know how to get a loan. Apparently our money's going back up a little bit. What's all this? Never seen this before. Is this an overlay that's been hidden this whole time? I've never noticed the overlays over here. Wow. Okay, still, I have no idea how to get a loan. Providing you're making average of daily profit of 200 or more over the last 10 days, banks can offer you loans. Open the finance tab menu. Set loan duration. So it's in the finance tab, which is not there. We need a profit of over 200 in order to take out a loan. Well, at least this tells us that we're losing money on here. We're gaining money a lot over here because we have a variety of things, but this one, not many people are going in. So let's take all of the cashiers out of here. We're going to fire all the cashiers, which sucks because they're all in the yellow. Let's look at these people first. Are there any red cashiers? There are no red cashiers. Okay. We're firing all the cashiers. We're going to try to make a profit by doing this. We're going to keep all the stock clerks because we need people in here at least for that. But we still have all 6. I don't think it's going to turn this red or green right away. We just want this to go up instead of down. The only other thing I could think of doing is just getting rid of everyone in the store and closing the store down. We are getting to a profit. Our net profit is getting lower, or I should say getting higher. And well, we're almost in positive, and then it went up 200. We're a little green. No, I think we're staying above green, or above 0. So the next day we'll be able to see how much we earn each day. And if we can keep this above 200 per 10 days, we'll be able to get a loan. And that'll help us expand this store very quickly. But then we have to try and pay it off very quickly as well. We made a profit of only $270 yesterday. That's good for one day. So, are we making a profit in the big store? No, but this is a lighter red, so I think we're getting closer to doing a profit. I think not many people are going in for these 16 things. So we need a selection of other shelves. I just want to see how much we're making this day. If we were having a positive number right now, I would get rid of all the shelves here, or the food shelves, and just put regular shelves so that they go over here for specialized things. I can delete them, but that would take away profit from this building and then move it over here, actually. Is it worth doing that? Let's see if it is. Let's see if this would help us. If we just get rid of all these buildings here, all these objects. Why am I seeing the overlay for store? Apparently this all of a sudden requires a cashier. So let's hire one for cashier. Actually, we'll get that one. That's yellow. Where's the other lady? The other guy? This guy we want to fire. So now that store is back to working. So now we should see that this percentage goes up a little bit. This will go down, but I hope it doesn't go below 50% profit. Oh, the profit margin is how close to zero it does. The higher percentage, the worse it is. So we want this to get to 100% or less. If the profit margin is 50, that means we're making double our net profit. Oh, wait, no. I was looking at this backward. I saw gross as being net. We do want a higher number. I think. I'm a little confused on this. Profit margin over here is 108 negative. That's because our net profit is below our gross profit. It did help us a little bit getting more over here. It is very red now that we added that one cashier. Well, hello, Mr. Automod. There's a Ninjast in chat, by the way. That's what I originally looked. There is a person that I'm going to allow their message to go through. And then we're going to do what Willow does and flag them as a bot. So I'm going to allow this message for cheap viewers. Which I don't see on OBS anymore. Let me get my own stream pulled up here. I don't see him here, so maybe I clicked deny instead of allow by accident. Oh well, we were gonna ban a bot, but now they're not here. So it doesn't matter. Okay, back into the game. We are going down again. Let's get rid of some of the stock clerks. There shouldn't be any red stock clerks in here. You're pretty large. That's everyone there. There's only one stock clerk per hour over here, but there's 2 people as cashiers. You're pretty low. Let's bring this down to 1 cashier per hour. These 2 are very green, so we're getting rid of both of these guys. And oh, I got rid of one of the green guys. Oops. Didn't mean to do that, but okay. We have 1 person per store at all times. Except for over here, we only have 1 cashier. It's now making a profit of 7%. This is making 41% profit, so we are back in the positive. We have media supplier. So let's go into appliances, and I think we only have 4 more after that? Nope, we have quite a few after that. Never mind. Our net profit is going back up. It looks like one of the months, or one of the days, we made quite a bit of profit and went to exactly 0. Or that's a little bit over 0, I'm not sure. That might have been that one day we went above 0. So I think when we have a little bit of money, we'll add more shelves, the steel ones, to the store on the right to get more customers coming in. We'll leave the one on the left being our food shelf store. And hopefully at some point we will add more stock clerks to our store because it looks like they're not doing too good. Being just 1 stock clerk running back and forth. How did we do on this one? We did a minus $176. Will we do better today than we did yesterday? That's the real question. Because if not, I don't know what to do here. Does the self-checkout require... Oh, it's the self-checkouts that are... Okay. We're gonna go down to just 3 registers. That'll save us $400 per day at this store. I didn't realize that there's a $100 service fee for this. So now we should 100% get a profit over here. Currently, the net profit is $300. Okay, we're in a positive now. It does look like we're still losing money, though, if you check our bank account number. I think the number was still getting smaller. We gained a whole $8 yesterday. So maybe we might get rid of all the self-checkout registers until we're gaining a decent amount of hundreds per day. We did get rid of 4 of them in the middle of the day, so I'm hoping that after this day, we'll be doing a little bit better overall. We definitely will match $8 at least. We're getting close to breaking even. And now we're above breaking even, so we're making a positive. Our bank account is slowly going up. Or is it getting smaller? I can't tell. 59.58 right now. Oh, we did earn money there. We were at 59. The moment the day clicked over, we went to 56. By that, I mean 5,600. 5,600. So it looks like at the end of the day, our bank account goes up a little bit. And if we can keep this amount for 10 days, we'll do better. We'll be able to get that loan. So now it's just a waiting time. Either we get a positive in our bank account or we get to the loan availability first. Whichever comes first is when we can start building again. We're back to being a positive again. How's our research doing? We're almost done the next research for the appliance supplier. Oh, I could have just looked right here. I keep forgetting. And then this, sell 40 types of products. Turn a profit of 5,000. Have 100 customers on site, or make 10,000 total sales. We're getting close to that total sale number. We might get the money from the total sales number before we are able to get a loan. What's this, a strike? Delivery strike. There's no delivery for that day. We earned more than 200 for 2 days now. How many sales do we do per day? Once we finish building this store, we're going to focus on these down here because each one of them tells you what people are waiting for. So they want a drugstore, but they also want a specialty store, which is a liquor store. And then at the bottom it says a non-retail business of a movie theater. And each one should be slightly different. So this one was a drugstore, liquor store. Those are actually the same two first things. But this one wants a fast food restaurant. Now they want a drugstore and video game store. Jewelry store. Back to liquor store. So it's like the thing that they want the most looks to be food, if we're looking at all the non-retail things. And most of them want a fast food restaurant. We do make a good amount of sales per day. So it's just a matter of us waiting for this 10,000 sales to go through, which I think will be within the next day, since we're now within 200 sales, or almost within 200 sales. We're about halfway done the next research thing. Sorry for yawning, guys. I didn't unlock anything for in here, did I? That all says 5. This says 5, except for the things that I have in the fridge over here. I get out of it. Can I put something else in here? I can. We could do fresh fruits, fresh vegetables, and fresh bread. Be one of each instead of all of them. And then we could stop doing that and do the refrigerated stuff, which is only 7 of these. You can place all 7 down here. There's the money from the 10,000 sales. So we're going to pause and use that for our benefit. Let's actually not pause so they can delete those. Pause again so I can place in 3 more of these. And then those tables, I'm actually going to place like here and here. Oh, we want 3 tables. Never mind. Move them to here. Ice cream, milk, dairy, fresh meat, frozen vegetables, frozen pizza, new research. There's Pokemon in chat. A Mudbray, if anyone wants a horse. And the last thing, frozen fish. Then fruits, vegetables, bread. There's more things that we can sell as a jeweler. Now, how many on here do we have unlocked? We have a lot of them unlocked. So let's grab these and build them in here. And then we'll just randomly place them in by going off the list. So here we have deodorants. Or that was detergents. Shampoo. Cosmetic. Tooth care. Deodorants for real that time. Shaving cream. First aid. Drugs. Hand tools. Power tools. Books. We sold 40 types of products. DVDs, Blu-ray, music CDs, video games, men's shoes, women's shoes, men's underwear, women's lingerie. And that's it. We do have 2 things doubled somewhere. I'm guessing it's these 2 shelves here. Do I see this somewhere else? Those are board games. Those are construction toys. I see this twice. But there was another thing that was doubled over here. Oh, they're right here. And we got extra money for selling 50 types of food, or products. Let's keep this going. Let's get some of the other tables in. We have how many things unlocked? I see 7 things there. Let's build 7 tables. Actually, what else is to be unlocked? 3. Let's do 10 tables. 4, 8, 10. Let's get the first 7 in. And then we'll do the last 3 somewhere later on, when we have them all unlocked. Right, there's only 3 things left. Jewelry, plants, and flowers are left. We also have the clothing rack, which we have all 6 things unlocked, so let's put all 6 of them in. This will be our one store for everything thing. Until we build it over here. Sell 60 different types of products. I don't think we can do that until we have everything unlocked. But we are slowly working towards a 50,000 sale amount. And I think we need more parking. I think we should build parking up again. Let's use some of our leftover money to go out to here. Why can't I? Oh, that's step only. I meant to click on road. We'll go to the end of the store. We'll bring it down, bring it back. Middle road. We're going to delete these connections. Actually, we can do that now. We don't have to wait until later. Delete those so that we can build in the customer parking when we can. Unfortunately, our worker came over here instead of working against this line. They go wherever the closest spot is to build, so the next person will come here first. And then hopefully they'll do this after that next person. And I only just realized now that they add lights to the road. I never paid attention to at night when they build a road that it adds a light fixture in at some point. Huh, that's cool. I'm gonna let him finish this so when the next person comes in, they can go up to there. It may be worth hiring another cashier person for up here. No, unfortunately, he didn't finish that one. The next person should be coming in soon, in another hour or 2. So I'm going to place these parking spaces down here, because the next person is here now. And then people will just move over here when they have the chance. Let's go manage. Store 2, I want to hire cashiers again. Hopefully they didn't hear about us firing most of our staff. At 0. Pause. 8. 16. There we go. So now at midnight we'll have 2 people working here at all times. Oh, we sold 60 different types of products apparently. I didn't know we had 60 ready. And that's the max, so they don't do it up to everything being sold at least once. How are our stores doing? 85% profit. I don't know where the percent comes from. That we're keeping 85% of our gross? Maybe? Then over here, our net profit is 800, and that's 42%. I'm really not sure what we get the percentage from, but we do have a lot of money. We can expand the store. Let's start expanding while he's down there building that. We can at least plan out this. I forget how long this was. Actually, I didn't. I thought it was 15, but then guessed that it wasn't. And we have the luxury store unlocked. Let's do tobacco license. Then we're getting pretty close to the end of all of our licenses. So that's to there. That'll put our first row of 16 rows. We're going to keep adding doors. But I need to make sure not to put a trash can before the foundation is placed in. Or else it cancels out the foundation. Or I could do this and then... Nope, you can only place one thing at a time. Either the foundation or the trash can, not both at the same. And I think because we're making the shelves, the white shelves, go all the way up to this wall, we'll make this the storage spot. And then put our clothing racks and other things out here. Turn a daily profit of 5,000. We got an extra 20,000 from that. And it looks like our maintenance is going up as this person makes the building larger. So we're paying a maintenance cost over the entire area of this map. But we did gain $9,000 yesterday. Our maintenance didn't go up too high. It only went up 100. We have a tobacco license. That was quick. Oh, that was a half a day thing. Okay, let's start building all these in. I forgot a trash can, so we'll have to place that in as well. And that's the last one. Let's get that trash can. Place you in there. I'm going to manage the grocery store. And we're going to hire 2 more clerks. Cashiers, I mean. So that we can have one every hour of the day. Because I think we're at that point where we're going to need the people. We can assign it to be larger. So now it includes this area, which we can start stocking. But I want to add more to the building. So let's grab another 15 squares. We apparently don't have enough for that. How much is this? $78,000. We're close to it, so we'll wait. How much of the shelves do we have to unlock next? Newspapers, magazines, comic books. Isn't that what we're researching right now? Yes, it is. So the plants and gardening supplier. Where are they sold? Not here. If it's on the shelf, it's not showing me. Plants and flowers are right there. So it looks like it's the last table thing, but then what was the last thing? E-cigarettes, where did they go? I'm guessing the shelf actually has one more to put on it, and it's the e-cigarettes underneath the word tobacco. And like I said before, we just don't have enough space. Oh, maybe if I scroll down and then look at it. There it goes. I didn't read it correctly. So how many is above shampoo? Only one. Let's count this again. So shampoo starts with 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40. If I counted that right. We need 40 rows of 5. It can't be right. Oh, yes, it is, because the last time I said that sports balls was the last item. And there's only 2 things underneath it. Okay. So really, all we would have to do for this is... bring a couple more rows up here. I don't know, I'm at a loss. How's our profit doing? We'd probably be doing better if we could use all the shelves. So let's put in what we have. Action figures, board games, sports balls, backpacks. They're the bottom 4, so that's what are going here. We unlocked the next thing. Let's keep going with these research. Was that supposed to be sports balls? It's supposed to be action figures. But these are down here. Action figures are right here. Why are they not listed on here in the same space? I guess it doesn't matter how we place them in, since we're unlocking the things as we go. So let's just go from the bottom. Where does tobacco go? Tobacco goes in miscellaneous. But this is sports and outdoors, so the other stuff might also come here. The plant stuff. Gardening tools, soil, and fertilizer would probably be outdoor related. So that would be 1, 2. Then this would be e-cigarettes. So this would be tobacco. And then ironically, on the other side of the shelf, school supplies. And then this is comic books. And then we have magazines. Now we have newspaper. And then we put the greeting cards over here. And then we go into clothing, which is the women lingerie first. Men's underwear. I wish there was a quicker way of doing this. If there is, I wish somebody would tell me. I didn't mean to say wish. I meant to say I want somebody to tell me. Women's shoes is next. we unlocked something. Plants and gardening supplies. So let's go into e-cigarettes, which is the last item related thing for us to sell. Women's shoes, women's shoes, men's shoes. Now we go into media. Video games, video games, video games, video games, and video games. Then we go down here. What's on the bottom? Plants and gardening is now a thing unlocked. So it wasn't part of sports and outdoors, it's its own thing. But the e-cigarettes, I think, is still going to be miscellaneous. But let's put some soil and fertilizer out here. If I can get it. And then right above that, we put gardening tools. Okay, why do you have a weird item here? Oh, the newspapers expire every day. That's neat. What's not neat is we need more stock clerk. 1, 2, 3. I'm gonna pause because we need to make sure that they're at the right hours. You should be at 8. You should be at 16. You know, I could have just went shift planning. Like that. Would have been easier. So now we should see that our store starts getting filled a little bit quicker. Let's get rid of a bunch of these. And over here, let's get rid of the shelves that we don't need anymore. So what I'm going to do is make sure that I look at this. This is video games, so we want all the shelves up here to start from the top. I don't want to left click, I want to right click. That was the third, and this is the fourth one, so bed and sheets, and then dishes. That was the first 5. Then we go in here, soap and shampoo, cosmetics, tooth care, deodorants, razors, diapers. Apparently I did 2 diapers. No, they're different. Okay. Toilet paper here. First aid. If I can click on it. There we go. Drugs. Pads and tampons. We've researched electric cigarettes. So now, what do we do next? I think we go all the way back up to the top. And we work on things that aren't necessarily required yet. So we'll do security 2. And then I need to go back to here. This is pads. So you should be car tools, hand tools, power tools. Then we're on the next thing. Construction toys, board games, action figures, books, DVDs, Blu-rays, music CDs. The rest of these shelves we do not need. Because we have 1 of all them. Or we have 5 of all them over here. What I do need to do is add e-cigarettes to over here. During the miscellaneous, like I assumed. Now we'll get these in. I think it's time for us to get another janitor in. I think we only have one janitor through the entire day. Profit is in the negative over here. Profit is in the positive over here. Are we in the chance of... We can get a loan. Amount loaned. How do we increase the loan amount? Oh, daily debt. Look at that. And we do pay an interest on this. Now, I don't know what the amount loaned is affected by. Probably affected by how much we make. And if I tried taking out the loan back here, it would have made more. Anyway, I'm going to take a moment here to also fill in these, because we forgot to fill these up. Jewelry. Plants. Flowers. We did not put the pallets in, because we didn't have them unlocked. 4 of each. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's it. Washing machine. Drying machine. Dishwasher. Refrigerator. Alright. No, I definitely need to get another janitor in. We have 3 janitors. There should be one here at all times. Why aren't they taking the trash out? There's one here at all times. You should be over here taking the trash away. Now they are. Okay. How was our profit? We made a big profit that time. And by big, I mean we pretty much went back to where we were. We pretty much only lost money the one day because I didn't have the right amount of staff ready for it. Now, over here, with the trash staying there, they do spawn rats, which brings down the look of the store. But hopefully the janitors are going around and taking the trash out over time. Do we need 2 janitors at all time? We may have gotten to that point where we need 2 janitors at all times. Because they're not taking the trash. They're focused on cleaning the floor first. Alright, let's hire more janitors. Janitor. 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 Close. Shift planning. Bring you over here. You 2 into here. And this guy over there. Okay. Now, what I'm going to do for a second is take a quick bathroom break. And I'll be right back. Let's pause first. There we go. Turn the game back on. I probably should have let the game run while I was using the restroom. But we could still be getting money. Now we should see that I have 2 janitors going around to clean the floor. I see one now. Little green hat there. We will really know that the 2 janitors are here when we see the trash bags leaving. Which I do see them leaving now. Occasionally. The 2 stock clerks did catch up to all the purchasing. And the one guy over here is doing pretty well. Now, when we get to the pallets and we're doing 5 of each pallet, we're only going to do 1 row, because that would be all 4 square, all 20 squares. Since these are only 1 per each, 1 row would be both machines here. So we only need 1 aisle for all 4 of the different pallets. There's a Togetic in chat if anyone wants one. Or Togetic. How does this store perform? We may want to do 2 people. Not sure. Because we have self-checkout, so it's actually doing pretty good. And our store over here selling 1 of everything is doing pretty good. Now we did unlock everything. How many shelves do we have over here? 5, 10, 15, 24. (24 minus 16 is 6, so we would need 3 more rows. So it would be 1, 2, 3. Then let's do double hallway wall. I'll pause for a second because we're going to go like this and include that entire area. Oh. Remember, this is going to be our storage after a while. I just want to get all of our stuff planned out here. Then we'll get our shelves. Where are you going? They really came all the way around just to delete the wall from right there. Okay, that's the final 3 for there. So that when we build this entire thing again, we have exactly the right amount. So this is video games. Why can't I click on it? I need to assign this to be the store. We are in media, so we want CDs. Up here we want Blu-rays. What's the difference between a movie DVD and a music CD? Aren't they the same thing? They're both a disc that spins and gets read. Is there a difference between the 2? That's books. I didn't mean to click on books. Or did I? I did mean to click on books. That's a serious question if anyone knows the answer. I don't know what the difference between a DVD and a CD is. I think that a DVD is a CD. So we no longer want these. Okay, now we have quite a bit of money. We can either build the next lane of this or make a storage shed. Should probably do the storage. I mean, we're doing good over this, and the less that this goes, the more of this storage goes over here. So we might not actually have to worry about that. Let's do the next lane. So we want to do 15 tiles. All the way up to here. 96,000 in the ground. Or in the trash. And now we just wait for this guy to finish all of what he's done before I can zone it so I can place in all the next shelves. The final of them. What were we saving this? More room over here. Yeah, we should build this out and put... these take up 2 rows. So it'd be 1 aisle. And then there's 6 different kinds of clothing. That would take up too much space. There's 7 different refrigerator things. There's only 3 table things, though. Food related, so we could probably fit them up here, along with more registers. And it does look like we need to add more people in here. By more people, I mean another cashier per hour. So hopefully in 1 hour that'll switch over. We only have 1 person here. Oh, now there's the second person's there. And it looks like we might need to get more stock clerks again. Yeah, I'm gonna preemptively get more stock clerks while we have the ability. 1, 2, 3. Get the shift planning all worked out. Assign this to be more store. And grab our shelves. But let's do the trash cans first. Because there's only 2 of those. This guy is fast. Oh, no he's not. He was just skipping things. We'll just wait for him to build in all the shelves. He missed one. Oh, somebody else came by and did it. Okay, so now down here, we finished media. We're going into toys and games. We got the action figures. Next thing is board games. Construction toys. Then we have our tools. These are the power tools. Probably shouldn't have power tools right across the aisle from construction toys. You imagine a kid going in to get a like a dump truck and then leaving with a power tool in his hand or her hand. Okay, now we're over here at car tools. And now we're in health and beauty, which has the most items. That I clicked on the wrong thing. I meant to click on pads and tampons. And then drugs. Now I know what you might be thinking. What kind? I'd imagine these would be the cough syrup that were in the first aid. And next is toilet paper. And then diapers. Next is shaving cream and razors. Then deodorants. Scratchy eye to go along with the deodorants. And now tooth care. We're getting close to the end, only 5 more to go. Now cosmetics. Soap and shampoo. And now we're in the final 3, so I'm going to start from the top this time. Oh, I miscounted somewhere. I needed 1 extra row. Well, it's a good thing we have these spaces here. Now, do I go through all these and relabel them? I don't think I will. I think we'll go top. We'll do detergents here. Marketing 1 is done, so let's do marketing 2. On the right side, we'll put the light bulbs. And then we'll go back to over here for the other 3 things. Bed sheets. Cookware. And finally, the last thing, dishes. If I can get it. Okay, now let's take a look at our stock. It looks like we need more people working here. How many people do we have doing stock? 3 people, 2 people at register. Do we need more, or is it just we were putting more stuff in, so they were filling that stuff first? I think it's also because of how far away this is. Project customers on site. Okay, we're getting some extra money for that. We can now get rid of all these. And I'm going to say get rid of all these too. Because we're going to place them in over here. That's all for different options. Washing machine, 5 of these guys. Then I'll go down here for dishwasher. Back up here for drying machine. And then over here for fridge. Only so that the drying and washing machines are next to each other. No other reason. But it does look like we need more stock people. Let's go back in here. Stock clerk. 1, 2, 3. Shift planning. We're now going to have 4 people here at all times stocking. Which is crazy to think about, because I thought we weren't making profit. But we are. Look at that. And this place is still making profit somehow with just that small selection. I think this is going to slowly go down. Oh, the percentage means that we're getting worse, right? No, it's 92%. That means we're keeping most of it. Okay, so what I think we're going to do before we get more cashiers is we're going to build back those self-checkouts that we deleted earlier. Because that should increase our maintenance, which will lower this number. Okay. There was a Doduo in chat, and I didn't look. So we're going to build this corner in. This is going to be for the rest of the cash registers. And the shelves for the fresh foods. And then we're going to end stream afterwards. Now, we do still have to think about where we're going to put the storage, and I think I might put it like a skinny but wide storage shed against the back. We only have tables, refrigerators, and clothing left, which I think we can do all on one more extra row, given that we're doing the fresh food stuff here. So let's build the fresh stuff in. We only need 3 rows, which is going to be easy. And then I'm going to go like this and add in a few more of these. Just to there, that's it. Alright, now we need to make sure that this is part of the store. And then we have food, but we also have 10 different things that we can place on tables, so that might actually be quite a bit of the aisles. So anyway, let's do fresh fruits here. We'll do fresh vegetables right behind it. And then finally, after that, fresh bread. Okay, now let's go back over here. And we are going to delete all of these. I say all, there's only 3 of them. Okay, so this is our store for now. This is our main store. And it still looks like we're not selling enough things. How is our parking doing? I don't see a single parking issue down here. I do see these. Let's get rid of them. And we can get rid of that. Now we had a rat issue. If I get rid of that and the cleaning one, we shouldn't have that pop up again. And then if I get rid of these, now these are for both stores. Let's get rid of both of them and see if this pops up one more time before we raid out. The food one is going to keep popping up because we don't have any options for food, like fast food or fine dining restaurants or the cafe place. That's always going to be there, so I'm going to leave it as the first thing. I'm more worried about our stock clerks not getting to the store quick enough. And we should probably also expand our road. That wasn't road. This is road. So let's get this all built out. We'll bring the parking over again. This also helps people not have to walk far to get into the store. And we could start deleting parking spaces from over here and like squishing them over. Our one person already finished the whole row. Probably gonna go to the bottom now. Yep. I had a feeling because I put the delete the 2 road pieces that they were gonna go all the way down. They work in a diagonal. It seems like top left corner to bottom right corner is how they build. Unless they're, you know, whatever's closest to where they were. I think we need even more store clerks. I mean, this isn't becoming empty, so I don't think it's an issue of us not bringing in enough stuff. And it wouldn't be 100% down to the distance, because even if we put it up here, these would be far away from them. So I don't know. I think we're just having a lot of customers come in. And I want these guys to go downwards before I place these roads in. So now I'll start putting the parking there and over here. And then of course people will start parking in these spots if they want to go to this side of the store, to whatever's closest to the entrances. And then less will be parking over here. They'll be all moving over to the store that they want to go to. A little bit are parking over here, I'm surprised. Did we start the next research? We did, and it's almost done. So next we'll do logistics, cleaning, and then we'll go all the way down to the bottom and start doing all these network things. Because these are specialty buildings. Now we did unlock... No, we didn't. We still have the restaurants. But anyway, that's the plan. Research and expansion. That's all we have left. Now, it hasn't said that the queues are too long. So we're doing okay with the amount of self-checkout and cash registers. This one hasn't complained, but there's less stuff in there now. I'm just surprised I never saw this UI over here before. They're all pretty green. This is the most green. That's because it's a little bit higher. There's a little bit of dirt around. And they're mostly using the parking closest to the store, which we already know. The walking areas, though, don't know why there was walking here. Oh, because they're going around. Since they have to go outside. Okay, what about road traffic? Obviously right here. No UI, please. They're almost done the last 3 parking spaces, so we'll figure out who we're going to raid out to in just a few moments. For some reason there's a bush there. No, there isn't. Just... I think that's just a visual thing. There's no trees there. How close do I have to get before it disappears? Pretty close to where I can't fit the whole thing in the screen. So what we'll do is take a picture like this, and then as we grow bigger, we will zoom out and see the whole thing. So I'm going to pause. Now there's another upcoming vote. I'm going to ignore that. Let's pause. I'm going to see who we're going to raid out to. Now, it looks like Willow raided Well-Bred Grapefruit, so we could raid him. That would be pretty cool. He'd be in there twice. Thanks for watching. If you'd like to catch me live, I stream on Twitch on Mondays and Wednesdays from 10 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. EST, and on Saturdays from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. EST.